one more time here tonight, folks. Give me a couple seconds here. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. Let me make sure that my mic is unmuted. It looks like I am unmuted, although I am peeking out of the place. I am way too loud on the mic. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. All right, we're at better volume now. How's it going, everybody? My name is Andrew, and this is Rocket Future, and it's been another frustrating day down here dealing with technology out here at SpaceX's Starbase launch complex. I'm not going to talk all night about it, but I've been testing things all day, and just like everything with technology, you test it all day, and it's all fine, no problems, and then you go live, and then there's problems. So right now we're stable, we're online, we're live. Space Girl Falcons is 5x5. We're just going to have to roll with the punches here tonight. If our stream goes down again tonight, I'm just going to record footage and then I'll post it later. So this is kind of like the last attempt for the stream tonight. So hopefully it'll go smoothly. Don't mind me not looking at the camera. I'm just kind of taking a look at my laptop and make sure everything looks smooth. And right now it is. We're back. So if we have a couple drops like that, we'll see what happens. But if we cut out completely, then that'll be the end of it. Let me just make sure that this is actually back. I guess I'm just gonna have to. So, like I said, I did hours of testing on all this stuff earlier. I guess what I'm gonna have to do is actually just come here and do a full round of testing on it here. Like I'll have to spend some few hours out here. I'm using all the same equipment that I was using for when I was testing this morning, but I guess the common denominator here is just being out in the fields with all the equipment. Not only did I experience this issue here at Starbase, but also 5 miles away at Isla Blanca Park. So it's not like it's specific to the Starbase facility here at all. Detroit Mission Control is in the house. Welcome, Detroit. Checking in. Okay, I am still live, so that's good. So yeah, that's how it's gonna go. So if you're just tuning in, everybody, if I have some dropouts, if we lose connection for a couple minutes and it comes back, we're gonna keep rolling with it. But if we actually hard cut out and the stream stops, and then I'm just gonna stop the stream and I'm gonna record footage and I'll post that on the YouTube and stuff later, and that's how we'll do things. And then we'll just keep on troubleshooting. But right now, as you can see, I got a live view up Highway 4 because there is a road closure scheduled. So let's go full. or not a road closure, but a intermittent road delay scheduled starting at 9 p.m. Central Time. I don't see any activity happening necessarily right here. There's still a lot of cars on the side of the highway, so I'm not too sure exactly what. Detroit says sound is choppy. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. How bad is it? If you can hear me, is it like manageable or is it real bad? Right now we're green, so it shouldn't be an issue with our connection. Let me just reseat my microphone. All right, I reseated the microphone. I don't know. Let's see if that helps at all. Let me know how bad it is. But yeah, there was an intermittent road delay scheduled for 9 p.m. Central Time, which is in about 30 minutes, just under 30 minutes, about 25 minutes actually. And generally speaking, when we have an intermittent road delay, that would indicate that they're moving something large from one part of Starbase to another part of Starbase. So a lot of times that could be a ship or a booster or some rocket. I don't expect to see a ship or a booster moving today. If anything, I expect to see maybe some hardware moving from the build site to either the launch site down here or potentially up to Massey's. I just don't really know. There's not any road cones out here, and there's still a lot of cars lining Highway 4. El Hungaro says, sounds good. All right, so it sounds like we're okay right now. So the question is, where is this intermittent road delay going to happen? And where are they going to move whatever they're moving? Is it going to be moved down here to the launch facility, or are they going to move something up to Massey's? We just don't know. So we're going to hang out here for a little bit longer. I'm going to check in on social media and check in on the community and see if anybody has any additional ideas of what might be rolling out tonight. And there we have another little bit of a Starlink drop. Just checking in and seeing if there's any updates about what the road the road delay could be related to tonight. One of the things that we're expecting, let me actually jump into my cam here. Outro. Split. So one of the possible things we could see moving today is some of the large hardware that has to come down here to the launch site related to the water deluge system. There was some people that caught some glimpses of the large steel plate that's going to go underneath the OLM. And people saw that actually in one of the garages over there at the build site, and I believe that gate is open right now. So I think we might be hoping to see that roll out. But again, the question is, where is that going to roll? Is that going to roll down here to the launch site, or will they roll that somewhere else for additional work that needs to be done to it, or could they roll that all the way up to Massey's for testing? These are all valid questions. One thing I did notice is there are no, so they've been doing road work on the highway here for months, and generally speaking, there's always Jersey barriers that split the left lane and the right lane as they're doing construction on one side and then swapping and doing construction on the other side. Right now, those Jersey barriers have been moved to the side of the road. So hypothetically, if they wanted to move something to Massey's tonight, they could. There's nothing stopping them from moving something from Massey's tonight. So I have really just about 20 minutes to decide what our best plan of action is. Is it to stay here and hope that the hardware rolls here to the launch site, or should I try to get a spot up towards the build site? That way, if it gets rolled one way or the other, we should get a view of it. In the meantime, let me show you a little bit of a view. Circle of death. Yeah, we had another drop there. You'll notice the camera's shaking a bit here. I'm gonna make some moves on the camera just so I can show you what I'm looking at over here. Of course, this is the launch tower here down at Starbase. They did some. They lifted a piece off of, I think, the ship quick disconnect earlier. I just got here in time to see them lowering it down. I'm not sure if it came from the chopsticks or the booster or the ship quick disconnect, but I think it was the quick disconnect. But it was just a big piece of metal that they seem to have been lowering down. Let me make sure I am on this so I can focus correctly. And then I don't want any of that. That looks a little bit better. There we go. When you have sound, you sound great. All right, good, good, good. So you guys can enjoy this view of the launch tower here for a few while I try to decide what our best course of action here as far as where we should watch the potential rollout of this hardware from. All right, guys, we have breaking news. Breaking news. We just overheard a PA announcement here at the launch complex that said that if there's anybody that's working on the pad that has their vehicle along Highway 4, that they're going to need to move it. So let's actually pan our camera back over to the highway so you can see all those cars parked on the side of the highway. They basically just told all of the people that are working at the launch complex here that they will have to move their cars off of the side of Highway 4. So that actually is a really, really fantastic indication that we're going to see that piece of hardware roll from the launch complex to, the build site to the launch complex where we are here right now, which means that our camera on the right-hand side of the screen here is going to get a beautiful shot of that hardware arriving at the launch complex. And now this is a historic moment. Again, this is some really important hardware that's going to be built for the launch pad that will protect it from being damaged as much as the last one was during that first launch on 420. So this is actually really cool to be able to see. I'm hoping the stream holds up. Right now it's looking good. But as y'all are well aware, I have been dealing with these technical issues for multiple days now. So at any point we could have problems, but let's just put some fingers crossed in chat. And let's hope that this goes off without a hitch for the rest of the stream here. So let's see who we have in here. We have Detroit Mission Control, El Hungaro. We have Space Girl Falcon. Got a great shot lined up. Thank you very much. Hopefully this will give us a good view of that. And I'll try to get a second camera out closer to the entrance there. Filming that one won't be live, but I'll get a close shot of that hardware arriving from another camera closer to the pad, to the entrance there. Let's go full screen. Again, that road delay starts in about 15 minutes. Amy Sue Hayes is here from Nevada. Welcome, Amy Sue Hayes. Thank you for joining us tonight. Detroit Mission Control says, how are the mosquitoes tonight? They're out here, but they're not too bad at this point. But I did put some spray on. So, yeah, not too bad yet at this point. Now we are losing daylight pretty quick here tonight, so when this hardware arrives, it will be on the dark side. It'll be kind of dark, but we're going to get our best shot of it for you that we can. And like I said, I'm going to try to have another camera that'll get an even better shot that I'll have to post after. I'm wondering. I'm going to fiddle around with a couple things real quick, so bear with me. If I can get this working, then we're going to get an even better shot for you. So, Flaming Grasshoppers. Hi, Andrew. It's Hank of Hank and Amy. Oh, Hank and Amy, I recognize y'all now. It's good to see you hanging out here in chat. I hope you are well. It's been a couple months since the loud sounds coming from the launch tower right now. I think they're just doing some work up there, but let me pan over there just in case. Not exactly sure where that sound is coming from right now. Yeah, got a good crew in chat here tonight. Another pad announcement. I can't hear what the pad announcement is this time because of this loud noise. All right, folks, I'm going to put the microphone down here for a couple minutes and get some stuff done. Give me just a few minutes. And the camera will go black for a couple minutes while I'm working on this. All right, slight change of plans. The camera is not going to go black. I'm just going to use a different camera for that closer shot of the entrance to the launch complex here. Folks, if you're just joining us, we're just about 10 minutes out from a road delay down here at Starbase. It looks like they're going to be moving a big piece of the water deluge system, also known as the steel pancake, from the build site down here to the launch site. Now, this is kind of speculation at the moment from the community, but I'd say it's pretty good, educated speculation. Everything is pointing to them moving that hardware down here tonight. So that's what I expect to see. So hopefully that will come to fruition here. If that starts rolling out in the next 10 minutes, I would imagine it would take a little bit of time for it to get down here. It could, I don't know how fast it's going to move compared to the boosters and the ships. It could take like close to an hour for like the boosters and ships, but I feel like they might move this thing a lot quicker. So we'll have to keep a close eye on the updates from the community at where it's at as soon as it starts rolling out to give you a better estimate of the time. Let me trying to figure out what is best to show y'all while we're hanging out and waiting for the stuff to happen here tonight. Now, generally speaking, I would be parked somewhere that would give you good views of what's the work that's being done at the base of the orbital launch mount. Of course, we know that they're doing a ton of work down there to prepare for the next launch attempt. However, I wasn't able to park in a place that would give us good views of the base of the OLM and a good view of Highway 4 for when this piece of hardware actually comes down. I know I'm out of focus. Give me a couple minutes. Let me adjust some. I'm going to switch into manual mode here. I'm going to have to adjust everything a little bit. It's getting to that time of the night where we'll need to do that. So let's go this. There we go. It's a little bit better. Where are you living now, Andrew? Did I already... I don't know if I already answered that or not. Let me go back full screen. Looks like we had another bit of a Starlink drop there, but like I said, as long as the stream keeps coming back up, we're going to keep rolling. If the stream actually crashes for good, then we will just film and I'll update the stuff later on YouTube. But looks like we were able to recover through that drop. Let's see. Detroit Mission Control, howdy, says El Hungaro. And Flaming Grasshoppers also says hello to Detroit. El Hungaro says, Andrew, any other YouTubers around you? I don't see any at the moment right now, but I haven't really been looking. My head has just been kind of buried into the laptop trying to figure out what's going on with our issues here today. All right, that's gonna be our shot as we wait for the arrival of this hardware. I'm gonna take another look on Twitter here and get an update from the community of where this thing's at. The road delay will start in about 6 minutes. So they can start to roll any hardware they want out into the road in about 6 minutes. Like I said, it'll take a bit for it to actually... And another Starlink drop, but we are back. Good shot of Hoppy there, thank you. Shot of Hoppy there, thank you, El Hungaro. Hoppy is looking as good as always. I apologize for the frustrating experience with the dropouts here today, folks. But I can't say that I haven't been looking at it, because I have. I've been spent the entire day trying to reproduce this issue at home, and I never actually had this issue today. So I'm gonna spend more time on it. Which this is, yeah, folks. I am a bit frustrated because. 1 second, let me switch to this other camera. Can you still see me, or is it too dark? It's too dark. So I actually have like the next 6 days solid to work directly on Rocket Future and not have the other job that I need to worry about. The other, I have like 6 days off, and my plan was to just bang out a ton of content in the next 6 days. And when I was at home testing everything today, and I was like, all right, it looks like we probably got past this issue. We had a couple Starlink software updates, so I was like, maybe that solved the issue. I was pumped because I was just going to be able to come out here and do a stream here tonight, knock out a good stream tonight, and then focus on the rest of the week on what kind of content we were going to put up. But as you can see, we're still having those issues, so I'm going to spend more time troubleshooting instead of actually putting out the content, which is a disappointment. Alhangaro says, it's okay, Andrew. We'll stay with you. Appreciate that. Like I said, I'm not giving up. Obviously, I'm not giving up. We're gonna keep working with what we got until I can fix it. And like I said, folks, worst case scenario, if this stream completely dies out tonight, if the stream completely crashes, then I'm gonna stop trying to stream for tonight and just focus on getting good video of the event tonight, and then I'll post that on the stream. But if we just have those drops, I'm gonna keep working with the drops for now. Amy Sue Hayes says, keep up the good work. Space nerds need to know. And Detroit Mission Control says, hang in there, Andrew. Absolutely. We'll see through this issue. Probably not tonight, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out soon, and we'll get by it. I'm just working on what our exposure should be here tonight. I'm a little bit low, I think, right now, so let me bump that back up. That's probably a little better there. And then we need a little bit of a focus adjustment as well. There we go. That should be nice and sharp now. All right, it is, we're about 30 seconds out, so we're basically at the start of the intermittent road delay, and if you missed my explanation earlier, SpaceX for this highway that we're sitting on right now, called Highway 4. Like I said, this is Highway 4, and they'll publish these intermittent road delays when there's going to be large equipment from SpaceX rolling on this highway, either up towards the build site or up towards Massey's or down here towards the launch complex. And tonight it looks like it's going to be that steel pancake, that big piece of the water deluge system that they're going to install underneath the launch mount here. So that road delay starts right now. So they should start to be able to pull out onto the highway with that hardware and start making their way down here to the launch facility. And while we're taking a little bit of a pause and waiting for confirmation that that hardware has entered Highway 4, we can actually take a quick look at some excitement that we saw down here at Starbase last week. If you don't know, on 4/20, so April 20th of this year, SpaceX launched the first integrated Starship vehicle flight ever. So it was the first time they flew the ship and the booster together with its full set of engines and everything. And we're all excited for the next opportunity to see that happen again. So the next ship that's going to go through that launch is likely going to be Ship 25. And Ship 25 was able to complete its first ever static fire test last week. And it actually tested all 6 engines, which was pretty impressive. Now, take a look on your left-hand side of the screen. This is a replay of Starship S-25 static fire from last week. Like I said, all 6 engines. El Hungaro's also saying that they NSF is expecting that steel deluge plate too. Okay, good. I'm glad everybody is kind of in agreement there. So again, that was the static fire last week. That was fun. So I don't know what else Ship 25 needs to do for testing. That was a huge milestone for that vehicle. I think the next big thing we're going to need to see is after they've kind of completed their repairs to the launch pad down here, we'll need to see the Booster 9 make its way down here and go through its testing campaign as well. I'm going to pan the camera up just a little bit because there's a great view of what I believe is likely Venus. Where's the moon at? I think this is probably Venus. Let's pan up a little bit. There it is. Alright, back from that latest Starlink drop. Flaming Grasshopper says, do you think the new deluge system will work? I certainly hope so, and I think it really will. I think they've put the smartest people on the task to make sure that they are able to solve that issue that they had. I think the fact that the launch pad got damaged and debris got flung up into the vehicle, I think that was probably the biggest concern from the first launch, so I'm sure they put the smartest people on that. We'll have to hope that it works. I think it will, but time will tell. I think the best way to know for sure is to test it, so I'm really excited to see them doing some tests on it. Elongaro says this was totally awesome. That was a totally awesome static fire. That will be the first ship re-entering the atmosphere in one piece. I really hope so. I really hope so. That would be really amazing if they're able to nail that with the next flight. I'm going to quickly check to make sure the stream is looking good still and that we were able to reconnect after that last drop. Yep, we are still rocking and still rolling. All right, let's see. Where's my water at? Let's get some water. So, we can talk a little bit about the timelines for next launch. Of course, we don't know a date. The only public information that has been shared from SpaceX, specifically Elon, is that everything should be ready in quote unquote 6 weeks. However, I'm just kind of hedging bets a little bit. I'm excited if we see another one this year. That's pretty much as far as I'm going with those things. But I'd like to hear what everybody else thinks. So go ahead and put that in chat when you think the next one's going to go. "9:07 Central Time here, folks. In just a few minutes, I'm going to check in again with the community posts to see if there is an update on whether or not this hardware has made it out onto Highway 4 yet. Or if anybody's watching the NSF feed, let me know if you've seen the hardware move onto the highway. El Hangaro thought it would be at least a year after the last launch until the next one. Yeah, I hope not. If there's another one this year, like I said, I'm going to be very happy. As you can see on the left-hand side there, some of those cars have moved out of the way. I think the remainder will have to move as well. This road delay tonight goes until 11 p.m. Central Time. That gives them 2 hours to get that hardware from the build site down here to the launch complex. Now, I don't think it's going to take that long. I think that's just some extra buffer room. So I think the clock will start when it's on the road. We'll see how long it takes. All right, I'm going to see if we're getting any chats from any of the other streams that we got going on. And I will say that the problems that we've ran into today are unrelated to us trying to stream on multiple platforms. I've completely segregated that part of the workflow. So basically, I'm streaming to YouTube direct. This is how I've always streamed. Over the last year, I've been able to stream direct to YouTube from Starbase here without many problems at all. And that's what I'm doing here tonight. So the fact that I'm streaming to multiple platforms tonight is completely out of the loop of the issues that I'm having. Basically, my YouTube stream is just being duplicated onto the other streams as well. But I'm going to check on those to see if there's anybody in chat on those platforms. I don't currently see any. Space Girl Falcon says not yet, but looks like it will be soon, as referring to the hardware actually being rolled out onto Highway 4. Flaming Grasshopper says, how hot is it there, Andrew? It's not too bad here tonight. It's probably in the 80s. A bit humid, but it's not too bad, actually. Although I'm just probably getting used to it at this point. El Hungaro says they've got the doors open in the big tent with the deluge plate. Almost ready to roll from the NSF camera. Awesome. Very good. That's awesome to hear. El Hungaro reporting that they are also having sound and internet issues over at NSF. Well, I feel their pain for sure. Sounds like we're all struggling a little bit here today. I definitely feel their pain. A little bit of a visual change here, folks. Left hand side of the screen, we have a live view of the launch tower, and the right side is Highway 4 as we're awaiting the new piece of launch pad water deluge system to arrive here at the launch pad, the launch complex. All right, we get a report from El Hungaro saying it's rolling. So 9:16 is the official start time of this stainless steel pancake rolling from near the Starbase build site down here to the launch site. Let's see how long it takes. Let's put the timer on. 9:16 is the start time of it rolling. And El Hungaro also says the cops are in place with the roadblocks. Very good, very good. Oh, I'm seeing some fireworks over at South Padre Island right now. some early Independence Day fireworks for you folks on the right-hand side of the screen there. Amy Sue Hayes with the super chat. Thank you so much for that, Amy Sue. Did I say that wrong the first time? Amy Sue Hayes. Amy says, we appreciate your efforts to make us feel like we're there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And you know that I'm going to put that right back into the channel and use that to help me figure out what's going on with our hardware and stuff here. But thank you so much for that. I very much appreciate that. And it's going to go to good use. I'll make sure of that. And don't worry, folks, I will pan back over to the highway before the hardware gets here. I just wanted to keep showing you these fireworks. It's still a ways off, so no worries. We're not going to miss it. And thank you again to Amy Sue. Appreciate that. All right, looks like the fireworks are over. Back to the excitement on Highway 4. I'm gonna go place my other camera further up near the entrance there, so it gets it arriving. Actually, maybe I'm gonna wait another 10 more minutes before I do that. At 9:30, I'll do that. Oh, I'm seeing on the NSF feed that it was going the wrong way for a second, but I think we're good. I think it's going the right way now. All right, folks, if you are just joining us again, my name is Andrew and this is Rocket Future, and we are awaiting the. I know we got those big headlights on the right-hand side of the screen. Hopefully they'll move, but we are awaiting the new water deluge steel pancake arrival here at the Starbase launch complex. So hopefully we'll get good views of that arriving. And I'm going to see what I can do about these lights as well. Obviously, I can't do anything about the lights, but I should be able to adjust for them a little bit with the camera. what's up? Are we still live? Are we still good? I just placed my other camera at the entrance to the facility so we get a good time lapse of that hardware arriving. And Detroit Mission Control with the super chat saying beer money for you, Andrew. Thank you so much, Detroit. I'm certain after tonight maybe I'll have a cold one on you. Thank you so much. Again, I really appreciate that. Everybody's support here is just going right back into the channel, or I guess in this case right back into my sanity after today's stream. So thank you all so much for that. Huge shout out to Detroit Mission Control for being such a huge supporter of the channel here. Your hat, by the way, is I have one ready to go. I went through all my inventory and I made sure I had one actually in inventory here, and I do. So I just got to send that out to you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, both Amy Sue Hayes and Detroit Mission Control, and all of our members here. Thank you so much for your patience and your support here on Rocket Future Channel. If anybody's just joining us, we are here live at SpaceX's Starbase facility, specifically the launch complex. We got two screens up right now. It's kind of hard to differentiate between the two, but the left-hand side is the launch tower. It's just kind of there for extra ambiance. They are doing some work on the launch tower right now, but it's hard to see because it's so dark. The important camera here today is the right-hand side of the screen, and we will go full screen when the time comes. And the reason why this is important tonight is because that is a video of Highway 4, and there's going to be a very important piece of hardware pausing for the Starlink drops. A very important... Oh, we'll wait one more time. All right, as I was saying, waiting for a very important piece of hardware to come down Highway 4. Specifically, it is what we're calling the stainless steel pancake, which is so this this piece of hardware that should be arriving here goes underneath the orbital launch mount, and again, it keeps everything safe and is part of the water deluge system. So before launch, water will shoot out of the heads at the top of this pancake-looking device. And it should be it should work a lot better than just the concrete, I'm hoping. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Let me actually, I don't have my other phone since it is currently taking a time lapse. If anybody is watching the NSF feed or anything, let me know whereabouts they are on the roll. If you can even tell, it's probably hard. Everything's so dark. But I would imagine it should be here in the next 20 minutes or so at the most. I would hope. All right, Motown. Passing the high bay. So is it going the other way or is it coming this way? Let me see if I can get a view in. That would be awkward, but also not super unexpected. If that happens, I would not be super disappointed. But the fact that they cleared out the highway should mean that it's coming this way. It's basically a gamble guessing where these things are going to go. Oh, and they're moving that piece too. Okay, gotcha. So El Hungaro says passing the high bay, it appears. So that's actually the second piece of hardware that's moving. I saw that in, I saw that on the way into Starbase today. So not only is the steel pancake moving, but this other piece of hardware, which was staged up near the Stargate building, not far from the Starbase sign. So that is the piece that is currently moving past the high bay. Got it. That makes a lot more sense. So that is on the correct way. I think I might actually go pause my time-lapse camera. I might be a little bit too early. I don't want the battery to die on that. So give me a moment here, folks. I'm going to go pause that. Okay, that time lapse has been paused. My mic is too loud here. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing volume levels. I'm just making sure I'm not peaking the mic out. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. All right, so I turned my mic down a little bit. I don't know if you'll have to adjust on your side or not. But yep, so my time lapse is paused for now, just so we conserve a little bit of battery life, and we'll turn that back on in maybe about 10 or 15 minutes. So it sounds like, yeah, there's two pieces of hardware rolling from the build facility area down here to the launch complex. One is that big steel pancake-looking device, and the other is this. It's this other stand related to the water deluge, and they actually have it kind of up at an angle. You'll see as it arrives what I mean, but it sounds like two pieces coming through. And they are well on their way here now. I just got a quick view of the NSF feed. Drones are in the air, says Al Hungaro. That is awesome. If anybody is not familiar, SpaceX uses drones a lot to kind of get video of all of the tasks that they're doing here. Yeah, so here you see two pieces. So the left piece and the right piece. So those you can see them rolling down the highway on what are called SPMTs, or self-propelled modular transporters. So all those wheels can move independently and turn independently and make some really tight turns. They're awesome little vehicles. Again, they're self-propelled. There's somebody standing in front and or behind the vehicles, driving them with basically a remote control. They're so cool. I love those things. They seem to be moving at a good pace here. I think this camera is probably from like not far from the flaps bar that I'm looking at right now. I'm just looking at I'm looking at NSF's feed. So this is cool. They get the departure. I'll get the arrival. Hopefully. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look from this angle with the lighting and everything, especially if there's large lighting vehicles in front of it. But hey, we're here. We're going to see what we can see. And hopefully my time lapse will be great as well. Looks like they've stopped the SPMTs for now. I'm glad I paused my time lapse because it does look like they are also paused. Now I think they're on the video of the second vehicle, but is the front vehicle paused as well? El Hungaro with the super chat. Thank you so much, El Hungaro. I've said it a couple times and I'll say it again. Your support is so appreciated. Thank you so much. I'm going to make sure that I use that to go right back into this channel and provide more and better content. So thank you so much, El Hungaro, for your generous donation to the channel. Very much appreciate that. Thanks for being a supporter of the channel. We love to have you in chat here. I really appreciate your just being in the community. So thank you so much. Huge shout out to El Hungaro, Detroit Mission Control, Amy Sue Hayes, and everybody else that has been hanging out here and chatting with us. Obviously, we have a good crew here tonight. Flaming Grasshopper, Space Girl Falcon, as always. Can't wait till you're back down here. It's just been it's been a frustrating stream, but the support helps a lot. So thank you so much. We are gonna be seeing this thing drive down the highway here not too long from now. I'm excited to see it. Things are still rolling. I'm trying to get a good picture of where it's at, so I know when to run up and restart that time lapse. They're actually rolling at a pretty good speed. I'm tempted to just go restart it now. I'm hoping NSF shows a wider angle shot so I can kind of see where they are. In about 5 minutes, I'm going to switch over from the half and half view of the launch tower to a full view of the highway here. All right, yeah, they're still a little ways away. If anybody's just joining, of course we're here at Starbase, and we're waiting for two very important parts of the orbital launch mount infrastructure, new parts, specifically for the water deluge system. These are the parts that are going to hopefully make this pad more reliable and reusable, and will hopefully allow SpaceX to launch the next Starship vehicle without causing a massive concrete tornado, as people like to call it, and doing a bunch of damage to the vehicle itself and in the area around. They definitely they would want that not to happen. So hopefully this will help a lot. Looks like a good group of folks walking behind the hardware too. Wonder who that is. I bet you I know them. All right, I'm gonna my time lapse scan. I'll be right back. Space Girl Falcon says, "This is awesome. I bet you know them too." Yeah, I'm wondering who it could be. All right, going full screen here for a second here. That way I can make some camera adjustments here to make sure we get our best view of this thing when it comes rolling in. All right, so here's what I hope that happens. So I think we're going to get kind of blinded out by the leading vehicles. The vehicles that are leading the convoy. But then I'm hoping as the vehicles turn into the launch facility here, that those vehicles will already have been passed, and that we should get a good view of those pulling in. So we're going to do the best that we can here with what we got. Hopefully we'll get a good view of them, and I do have that other camera rolling as well. Detroit Mission Control just lets us know that he retweeted the stream. Thank you, Detroit. That helps so much. That helps get the word out there. Like I said, there might be folks out there that have a passion for space flight and Starbase and all this stuff and just haven't found out about it yet. So you retweeting helps potentially reach some folks that may find their passion for spaceflight because of you. And not only that, they will help build our community as well, and that is a good thing for us all, so thank you so much. Space Girl Falcon says, I'm so glad you have the stream going, so exciting. I'm glad as well. Thank you so much for being here, Space Girl. And Detroit Mission Control giving props to El Hungaro for that super chat earlier. All right, it looks like maybe the start of the convoy is arriving, folks. We should start to see those SPMTs pretty dang soon here. I wish I had a moment to be able to wipe off the camera here. Let's see if I do. All right, the vehicles are in place for the convoy's arrival. All right, I got the camera pointing all the way down to the corner of Highway 4, so we should see when they turn that corner. First we go blind, then the SPMT. I know, right? cop is blocking me. Yeah, I think we'll still get a shot of it. We'll have to wait and see. I have a feeling he'll back out of the way when it's actually pulling in, because he's pretty dang close to the entrance. So we'll see, but I think we'll get a good shot. Excuse me, I still haven't seen that SPMT turn that corner yet, but it's got to be getting close. The other camera I was just using just banged into the side of my Jeep. Views of the SPMT will be awesome. I think so. I think so. Someone has been drinking? Not yet. Not yet. Oh, hey, Joshua Shupp. I almost didn't see you there. Welcome, Joshua Shupp. Good to see you in chat tonight. We should just be minutes away from this SPMT arriving, or 2 SPMTs arriving with 2 pieces of the water deluge infrastructure arriving. Any minute now. This is a live view of just outside. Let me just turn the camera a little bit to the left for context of where we are. Zoom out. We are at the entrance to the launch facility. That's Starhopper right there. Barely just visible. I have the exposure set down pretty low just because of these cop lights here, but I'll adjust as needed. Detroit says, first round is on me, Andrew. I appreciate that, Detroit. And I will take you up on that. Thank you so much. Check in on the NSF feed and see if we have a location update. It's really hard to see, but it almost looks like they might be just about to turn the corner. Oh yeah, yeah, it's actually really hard to see. What are we looking at here? I think I should get night vision. That would be sick. I should get night vision. cheers and chat. Alright, I think we're getting close here. Oh yeah, the SpaceX drone is flying overhead. We have to be getting close. Grasshoppers SPMT stands for Self-Propelled Modular Transporter. They're called that because they contain their own power source. It's not like it's pulled by a truck or anything. It has its own, I almost said thrust, which I guess technically is correct. But it has its own power, so that's why it's self-propelled. Modular transporter, because it's a modular system. You can use multiple of them. You can put a couple of them together, and they work nicely with each other. They put a couple of them together for... Oh, we got a pad announcement. One sec.
Overhead drone operations will be occurring for the next hour. Overhead drone operations will be occurring for the next hour.
Were you all able... Oops, excuse me, I'm going to blow out eardrums. Were you all able to hear that pad announcement? They were just announcing that overhead drone operations are going to be occurring over the next hour. But yeah, self-propelled modular transporter. All right, we have a vehicle at the end of the road. This should be it, folks. They should be arriving. And actually, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see this SpaceX drone in the air. You see those green lights up in the sky, just barely? That is the SpaceX drone that they're flying and getting good video of the arrival of this hardware. And those vehicles down at the end of the road, that's what we're looking for. They get power from... There you go. We all just Googled that. Alright, and as the vehicles are getting close, I'm going to adjust exposure and angle and everything to try to get the best shot we can. It is hard with the bright flashing lights in the nighttime here, but we're going to see what we can get. Worst case scenario, like I said, I have a time lapse going that we'll be able to review after as well. So let me get in the driver's seat, as you can say, on this camera here, and see what kind of shots we can get. Joshua Shupp says, what hardware is coming? It is two major pieces of the new water deluge system. It is the steel pancake and another mount setup. I'll send a link to a picture of this other piece after. It's pretty nifty, actually. But yeah, it's the water pancake, the steel pancake, and then this other mount, or I don't even know what you want to call it, bracket or something. It's huge, though. It's pretty cool. They're actually currently shipping it down the road vertically. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see it here. I think this vehicle in the front will probably need to move out of the way for it to get into the gate. And if that's the case, hopefully that will be our opportunity to get the shot. Still a little bit of ways from the entrance, so it's going to get a lot closer, folks. I can't tell if they stopped. I think they've stopped. They're, like I said, they're still a good ways away. I'm just quite zoomed in right now. So let's see. Let's see if they keep moving forward here. It was someone that was working at SpaceX that just sneaked through the whole convoy of cars on his motorcycle to get out of here for the day. I think his shift is up, and he was like, I'm leaving. All right, let's see what we got here. We got some movements from some vehicles, which should give us a better view. Now you can see it there, folks. Check that out. I hope y'all were able to hear that announcement. There's still 2 cars on the side of the highway there. They just announced that all work must stop immediately and that there are cars blocking pancake transport. They actually literally just said that. Cars are blocking pancake transport. There it is, folks. That is the steel pancake that we've heard so much about that is going to sit underneath the launch mount. It looks like they're maneuvering around those cars. Those are the cars that they're concerned about there on the left-hand side. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Wow. And of course, in front of the steel pancake, you saw that other piece of hardware roll into the facility. Yeah, let's get a bunch of pancakes in chat, folks. Copy and paste what Detroit pasted in there. Just paste in a bunch of pancakes. That's what I want to see. Oh, I want to. Maybe I want to go to IHOP after this. Check out how those wheels turn independently in the back. Did someone say bacon? Oh, I really might have to go get breakfast after that. Sounds so good. So not a bad view, folks. Definitely would have been better without these bright lights in our face. But you know, those officers and those security guards are here for everybody's safety, so we can't complain. We still got a beautiful view. Just the fact, again, let's just be grateful for the fact that we can even stand here and be here right now to get to see this type of stuff. Even if it means being semi-blinded by all these lights and giving us our cameras a real hard time. What a great opportunity. So cool to see. That was amazing. I'm really glad the stream held up, and I know we dropped out a bunch of times during this one, but the fact that the stream at least held up to go through the rest of this hardware movement, I'm very happy about. I'm not going to drop the stream with you here yet. It's 10:15. We'll probably try to wrap up in about 15 minutes, so stick with me. I'm gonna go check out the time lapse that my other camera got, and I will put that in. I'll show you all that video. But if it's some more drops now, like I said. Yo, if it's bedtime, no worries. But if you want to stick around to see how those time lapses came out, give me about 5 or 10 minutes to figure that out. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab the other camera. All right, let's see. Space Girl Falcon says I had the best view. Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Joshua Shop says, I hope this thing works. Starship ate up the pad like it was nothing. I know. Me too. I really am hoping so. Flaming Grasshopper says, thanks, Andrew. That was great. Oh, it's no pleasure. That's my pleasure. It actually is my pleasure. What did I just say? No problem. It's my pleasure is what I meant to say. Detroit Mission Control says, Joshua Starship ate the pad up like me at all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet. Oh, same. That's about what I'm... All right, so I got the other camera. I'm going to quickly view this time-lapse back myself and see if it's worth showing y'all what it looks like. If it looks good... Oh, this looks decent. Could have been framed a little better, but oh no, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. All right, folks, this was all right. All right, I'm happy with the time lapse, folks. I'm happy with the time lapse. Give me less than 5 minutes, and I can show you off the time lapse that we got. It is pretty dang cool, and I'm actually excited to get this up online pretty quickly. So, folks, I'm gonna disconnect my microphone just for a minute here. I'm gonna use that same cable to upload the time lapse to this laptop, and then you guys can see it. Just a sec. Testing 1 2 3. Okay, I'm back with you on commentary. All right, the file has been transferred to my desktop. I need 1 more minute to add it as a source here into OBS. It came out really good, folks. I'm happy with it. Let's see, media source. Transform, reset, transform. All right. I need to, let's see, I need to mute this one. And then okay, I need to readjust. Hold on, spoilers. Let me readjust the size. All right, folks, check this out. If you just missed what happened here on stream, we got a video of this live, but we also got a better time lapse of the arrival of some of the launch pad water deluge system that's going to keep the pad and vehicle safe during the next Starship launch. Let's take a look at how the time lapse came out. Let's get some hype in the chat. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to slow it down. So it's going to be pretty quick here, but I'm going to slow it down when I post it to like YouTube and Twitter. The first part of the hardware that comes through is a little bit out of frame, but you can see a pretty good view of there. Let's check out those SPMT tires underneath. Turning nice and tight. Awesome. And then here comes the pancake. We got a beautiful view of the pancake arriving. Look at those tires on an SPMT. Let's look at that back a second. Look at that. Tires. I think we dropped out while I was showing that, folks. Let me show that to you again in case we had no frame rate or no bit rate during that. So let's go back full screen here for a second. And then when my bit rate stabilizes, we will show you this time lapse here. All right. Bitrate stabilized. Take a look at this time lapse. skip ahead a little bit in case we lose our time bandwidth again. Alright, first piece looks great, a little out of frame, no big deal, very cool to see. And then we got that shot of the pancake arriving, and that one was very good. I'm happy with that. And again, take a look at the tire work on the SPMTs. I think that's just so cool. Check this out right here. Look at the tires, readjusting everything. So we got a good time lapse there. Flaming Grasshopper says time lapse is great, Andrew. Great exposure. Worked out pretty well. All right, so we did it. This was quite a struggle. We were riding the struggle bus today. I really hope I can figure these stream issues out, because I'm ready to get back into having a nice, reliable stream that we can just show off everything that's happening down here at Starbase and enjoy it. I love doing this, I really do, and I love sharing these experiences with you. But of course, just like anything else, when things don't work right, this is a little bit of a drag, and it's just frustrating. But I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I am leaving Starbase here today with a smile on my face. I'm happy that y'all came in here to spend this time with me, and we got the shot. We had those dropouts, but we got the shot. So at the end of the day, this was a massive win. Huge support on the channel today. Thank you everybody that dropped any support in the chat today. Thanks to El Hungaro, Detroit Mission Control, Amy Sue Hayes for the super chats. Thanks to everybody else that was just coming here to hang out and chat with us. Flaming Grasshopper, I should say. Space Girl Falcon. Thank you everybody so much for hanging out with us here today. I will start wrapping things up here slowly. I'm not going to break down the stream right away, but I'll leave y'all with a nice, beautiful shot of the launch tower as we're preparing to leave this place here. Let's change some exposure here. Let's get a nice, good view of that tower. You know, the next question is, when are they going to install? When are they going to install this thing? Is there anything that we're going to be able to see? I'm not entirely sure, but with all, yeah, for now we're calling it a night. So, Joshua Shupp says nice. Detroit Mission Control says that time lapse was awesome sauce, Andrew. Thank you, Detroit. Congratulations on the successful stream. Thank you again. Flaming Grasshopper says, and do the Hopper House and have a drink. I think that's really in order. I think it's time for that. And Space Girl says it was really amazing. I appreciate that. Very much appreciate it all. Yeah, so I don't have much else to say. Like I said, I'm going to keep checking out chat for a few minutes if anybody has any last-minute questions or anything. While I'm starting to break everything down, you know, there's a bunch of tripods and stuff I'm going to break down that I can keep the stream up for while I'm breaking that stuff down. So any questions, please feel free to drop those in the chat. But I'll be here for a few more minutes. We'll probably wrap up around 10:30. And I'm going to actually edit, let's see, how big is this file? I might try to upload this file while I'm breaking down the stream, which was really going to hurt our quality here. But no big deal. We're pretty much done. Where is it? There it is. Ooh, 300 megs. Maybe I won't do that. Don't forget to like to help out Rocket Future, says Joshua Shupp. Yeah, please, everybody, if you don't mind liking, subscribing, those are free to do and they help out the channel a lot. Appreciate you very much if you were to like and subscribe. And now, of course, our bitrate is great right now after all the action. All right, let's see. Pixel. I'm trying to edit this video down just a little bit. That way I can get it uploaded. Drop that right in here. All right, cut that there. Get rid of that. Ripple delete, export. Let's go 1080p. Let's go back to the sequence settings, 1920 by 1080. All right, export, 1080, export. Will says, great stream. Thank you so much, Will, for stopping by. I appreciate you very much. It was a tough one, technically. But I'm very happy with the result, even if we are still dealing with some challenges. But yeah, no, I'm happy. Thank you. What I'm not happy about is tomorrow dealing with all of this all day, trying to figure out what's going wrong with it. I'm trying to get this video uploaded to my Twitter. Export. That went to my desktop. P for pixel. All right, that's much better size. Let's go to Google Drive. And let's upload. Let's go to desktop. Drop that in here. All right, I'm about to upload a file, so we might lose the stream. If we do, thank you everybody for joining. In fact, I'm going to cut the stream off so this uploads faster. Cool. If y'all didn't see the time lapse, check out the Twitter. It'll be up on the Twitter shortly. It'll also be up on YouTube. Probably be up on YouTube as a short and as a regular video as well. Thanks everybody so much. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you all for the support today. It means a lot. That's all I have for now. I'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you next time. Peace out. My name is Andrew. This is Rocket Future. We'll see you next time.